Hi guys, so today I'll be doing a review tutorial of this new diamond press set called Tunnel Card Keep Swimming. So Diamond Press did send these items free of charge for my review, and all opinions are my own, and any links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items through those links. I am very curious as to what this little card set does, so let me open this up, or die set should I say. Card making die set, I suppose. So these are going to be available on HSN. If they are currently available, I'll have the link there in the description box, and if they become available later, I will update the link so it'll be there for you guys. And all the new things that Diamond Press brought for May. So let's open this guy up and check it out. I'm very curious to see what this does. So I'm going to open this first, the instructions. And it has, of course, it's called Keep Swimming, so it's an ocean theme. Super cute. Aww. Okay, so I think what they mean by tunnel card is like it has several layers, so it looks like it's going through, you know what I'm saying? You're looking into the different layers here. Super adorable. I love this theme. I just, look at this. Oh my gosh. Okay, so those are the instructions. So I'll just put those to the side for just a moment. I think this is going to be really fun. Super cute. Okay, we have some dimensionals, which are really great. Nice dimensionals. I've used them for a long time now whenever they put them in their kits, and they hold up really well, so that's always great. And let me get this. So we have our cutting folder for the marquee, because there's some larger dies that are in here. Again, just because it comes with the marquee folder doesn't mean you can't use these dies in other systems. You can, anything that cuts a thin metal die will cut any company's thin metal dies, so you can mix and match the dies with whatever cutting system you have, so no worries on that. And then we have our stamps. And you know what, I'll show you the stamps with this background. So we have the cute little like seaweeds and cute kind of things that grow under the sea. And then we have some shells and stuff like that. We have your, we have a little starfish. We have Keep Swimming, Celebrate Your Day, which we always love a good pun. We have our little seahorses, super cute. Oh, and that's a little like clownfish or angelfish. Sorry, not clownfish, an angelfish. And larger seahorse, thank you so much. Of course, we have our little, I just love a good dad joke type pun. We have the little turtle here, the little fish. It's your birthday, seize the day. Happy birthday, long time no see, SEA. Okay. And then we have our little school of fish here, super cute, and dear friend. Really, really adorable. And think about mix and matching this with all those mermaid sets you have, I have, we all have. I'm sure many of us out there have them. And I think that'd be really, really cute. Because it looks like we're basically building like a little scene, right? Like a card that has all those layers there. So it does have the, I believe it's going to be an A2 size mat or something that would mat into an A2 size card. So it's about, yeah, just under 4 inches by about 5 1/8 or so it mats over your A2 size card. And then we have these different pieces that we're going to be using to build up our little scene. So this one already has like the little seaweed. This one has kind of more like seaweed, and then like the little water kind of flowing, it looks like. And then you have your dies for even the little guy. Oh, that is so cute. Look at the little, I love that. Even the little fin that just kind of floats on top has its own little extra little hole there, so it makes it look even more delicate, which I really like. And then all the dies for all our little guys, and then for banners or however you want to do that. So what I'm going to do is read over the instructions and grab some papers that will help me do my layers and our stamping and all that, and I will be right back. Okay, so you know what? I'm going to make my card pretty much looking like what we have here. So standard A2 size piece of paper cut in half at 5 1/2. So we have that there, and it does say, you know, using a paper trimmer to make your base card here, your card base. And then we're going to score it at 4 1/4, of course. So I'm just going to take that, score it at 4 1/4. And we'll have that ready. On one of the steps, they're stamping right on this, and I'm going to try that, but I'll probably have to use like a pigment ink or something because this is dark. So we need something that's going to actually let you stamp and show up. So we'll try that in just a minute. And then I just cut that in half so I can have these papers here. And what they're showing you here is in step 2, I'm going to use this kind of teal colored paper. It says to use the frame die and this guy. So if you can see, this is the one that has like the little water kind of look to it. And they're placing it just like this. And if you want to keep it the same both times, I would just kind of eyeball it and have an idea of how high up you put it, but it's not really going to matter because whatever shows through, it's going to look really nice either way. So I'm just going to place this here and tape that down and run this one through the marquee. And I'll use a folder here that's well loved here. And get it going. That's why I always kind of turn it just a little bit because it wants to hit that little speed bump. Just get that turned a little bit. Ooh, okay. All the pieces just wanted to come away there. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, and then on the second one, basically the same thing, but we're going to switch out this inner frame piece here. So this guy, like I said, whatever shows through, it's going to look really nice, but I'm just keeping in mind kind of what I did before. So I'll put my frame down, and I'll put this little guy here, and I'm just kind of thinking about where I had placed it, just about there. It's about the same from top, bottom, left, and right. Again, it's pretty organic. I don't think it's going to matter if it's a little bit off. Okay, and I'll run this one through, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our second piece here. Oh my gosh. I mean, this works up really quickly. Look at that. And... Aww. And then we have our blue card base. Where is that? Here we go. And then we're going to need our blue card base in the next piece here. So what I'm going to do is pick out a couple of colors of maybe an oxide ink. I'm going to get some inks and I'll be right back. So we are on just step 3, and basically we're pretty much done. And then whatever embellishment you want to do with the stamps or the little creatures, we'll do that. But I have my card base here, and then we have the 2 layers. Of course, they're going to be stacked up on top of each other to have a little dimension. Look how pretty that is. But what I'm doing right now, and it's showing you there in step 3, is to kind of use this as a guide so you know where you need to stamp, like in what area. And so, you know, I'm just going to use these distress oxides because I think they will stay probably the brightest, right, on this kind of paper, dark paper like that. So I'm gonna use Salty Ocean and Bundled Sage, and I think the first thing I'm gonna do is put down this little school of fish. I think it's adorable. And basically they're gonna go like in here, and I'll use the Salty Ocean, see what happens. Okay, so what I'm paying attention to is kind of where this is going to be at. I don't want to be outside of that. I think that's what I care about more than anything. So like here. Oh, so pretty. And I'm just going to let them soak in a little bit because it is a dark paper, and look at that. So they look very rustic and cute. Okay, I'm going to put these to the side so I can rinse those off. And then we'll take some of the little seaweeds. I think I'll just use the one, but you know, you have different styles. I'm just going to use this guy right here. And I'll use the Distress Oxide and the Bundled Sage. And you know, I kind of have an idea now where this needs to go. But just to make sure. Like around here. And again, I'm just holding it down for a second, just to make sure it really sucks into the paper there. And when I put this on here, pretty. I think I'm going to put a little bit more, like right in here. All right. Because when these guys stack up, you know, this is also doing its own thing. So I just want to have some, oh, how pretty. Okay, I think that's great. Those are exactly where I want to put that. I'm going to put these things away, wash off my stamps, and I'll be right back. They're saying the next step is to just assemble it. You're going to put the 4 little dots of your dimensional adhesive, and then 4 dots on the white piece, and stack them up. If you want to decorate some of the background before you do that, like this little turtle, I mean, they just nestled them in there. You can do that first, but it's probably easier to do what they're saying because that way you know exactly where to put the pieces that are like in the background. But you can also, you know, adhere pieces to like the frames themselves. So however you want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and stick them down like they're saying. So I'm just going to turn over my pieces here, and I'll add my little dimensionals. And basically one in each corner is what they're showing. I just pinch them like this. So I don't know, I find that to be the easiest thing. Just kind of grab it out of there. So I come back, I'll have one in each corner on both card toppers. Little pieces. And you know, as I'm doing this, can you make these into shakers? Absolutely. I mean, what a cool aperture for a shaker, right? And then just put a piece of acetate behind it and you can shaker it out, or obviously you would need a frame around the whole thing, not just these little pieces. And then you have a cute little shaker portion to your card, or however you want to do it. So I think that would be really, really nice. I'm just trying to eyeball from where I am, from my angle. So let me see if I can get this on there. So that's one. And then the second one. This is not easy to do from my angle because I'm kind of back here. But let me put that right on top. And you guys can probably see better. Maybe I should do that. Sometimes I look in the camera and then I can see a little better. Put that one right on top of there. Oh, so we have our little tunnel card. On the side, there's a lot of dimension there. Cute. So now all we need is a couple of items to embellish with. So what I'm going to do is, let me see if I have some. Yeah, I knew I had a little scrap of stamping card here. So it's like the thicker kind of thing that you would use for markers. Watercolors would be really cute in this because it looks a little more earthy, you know. A little more organic that way. And I'm just going to stamp a couple little characters out. And I'm very interested in the turtle. So I'm going to do the turtle. And I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of room because the turtle is one of the bigger objects. So let's do turtle. And maybe a little seahorse. I can't say no to a seahorse. Okay, so we'll have a seahorse and a turtle. And I'm going to use some hybrid ink. Again, if I change my mind, I can use whatever it is because hybrid ink is great with water-based items or markers or distress inks, you know, all that stuff. It won't smear. And they work great with alcohol ink. Oh, I've missed his little head. Let's do that one again. There we go. And this little guy, I'm gonna pick out some colors to color these guys in with, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have my dye press alcohol ink markers. There are kind of two shades of green here, which is what I wanted for this guy. The one's more like a foresty, kind of almost teal green, if that makes any sense. This one's more of a mossy color. So I'm just trying to debate which color I want for his shell and his little body. I suppose it doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna use the yellow greens for his shell. And again, I'll start with the light. And I'm probably going to leave this center area a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to come in. I'm just going to put color over the whole thing. And you see I kind of left a little area in the center. I'll come back to that in a minute. And then I'll go in with the dark. And I'm not going to be too picky here. I'm just going to add a little bit of color here and there. And you know what? I'm going to use a tissue to soak up that excess. I'm sorry, off to the side. I just have like a tissue here that'll just suck up that little excess alcohol. It's coming through there. Okay. There we go. All right. And so I don't think I've used this color yet. And then we have the medium color. And again, if you want to use it or not, usually with smaller things like this, I just go from dark to light, and I'm happy with that. Just getting like a little tortoise shell. And then I'm going to take that light one again. And I'm going to go basically just around the whole thing. And I'll even go over that center piece because it's going to end up lighter than the rest because I didn't go over it twice. Does that make sense? I left that piece pretty much stark white. So, okay. And then I'll just use the darker green on his little pieces here. And I think I want like a corally color for this little guy. So when I come back, I'll have everything colored in. Okay, guys. So you know, I told you I wanted to do like a little coral on this one. What I did is I mixed light pink or pink light and orange light. And Looks pretty cute. So that's how I did that one. Let's go here. So what I'm going to do is apertures, because I do want to cut this nicely and make sure I'm in the right spot. So what I'm going to do is run both of these through. Let me grab a different scrap piece of paper. I was going to use this, but I better not. Okay. So I'll put that on here. Tape that down. Put this little guy. Sorry, I was out of frame. And tape that little guy down. I'm just going to run these through just so it makes me like a little window that I can then see and make sure I'm putting this exactly where I need it to be. So I'll be right back. So what that does, oh, how cute. And you know what, I guess if you want to drop shadow these, you can do that since they're cute green color. So I'm going to put those to the side for now. I'm just going to cut these in half because I need each little portion. So I've shown this trick before many times, and all you do is open that up, don't unhinge it, and just place it where you need it to be. And that looks pretty good, right? So wherever you see, that's what that's where it's gonna cut. And about there. I'll put that down, get another little piece of tape. And actually I'm gonna tape it going this way. And I will trim this down. I know my little seahorse is there, but that's okay. We don't need to bother him. He can stay there. And then I'll run this through. And I'll do the same thing for the seahorse. Just find him in that little guiding window and cut him right out. Look at that. So good. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay. So cute. The little green excess on him from before. There we go. Alright, we have our little guys. What I was saying about drop shadowing is since we have this, is that you can kind of do this kind of thing. Just add a little other dimension if you want on that, but for now, I am just going to place them. The more I back out, you see my workspace is getting full here. Okay, so let's see. You know, he's a big boy, so if I put him back there, maybe on a dimensional, and then maybe put this little guy up here somewhere. Maybe just off to the side, sneaking in, huh? That's how seahorses are. They kind of hide around these things. That would be so cute. Okay, let me get a dimensional behind him, I think. And then I'm going to put this little guy down. Okay, so I'm going to put this little guy in first, and then we'll pop in our little guy. He's going to be like around here. I don't want him to stick anywhere else other than on that one layer. So I'm putting just a little bit of glue, and I'm going to use a tweezer to help me kind of place him in there. Aww. Let's see his little face. Okay, like there. That's good. So I'm going to use a tweezer to push him in there. Maybe I'll arrange him a little bit differently. There we go. Just so we see a little more of his little face. And then our little turtle, I already have a bigger strip just cut off the side of the carrier of the same dimensional. You got to use up that whole thing. At least that's what I like to do. Okay, I want to see, where should I put him in? Right in here? Aw, okay. Super cute. All right, and then the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to stamp thank you so much in a shade of blue, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just have a blue scrap of paper here. I have thank you so much on here, and I'm just going to use this quick dry ink in Midnight, so it's a dark, dark blue. See how that goes. Stamp it in here. Aww. Really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna let that set up for a bit. It's quick dry, so it should be dried pretty quickly here. But I'm gonna take this little guy and then just run it through. And since I can see through this one, I don't need a guiding window or anything like that. So I'm just going to take that, and I think I'm happy with where it is. Run that one through, and I'll be right back. Okay, and that's going to be my sentiment. So again, we can just glue it down flat. You can pop it up. I think we already have the dimension and the dimension, so I'm probably just going to glue it down. Super cute. You know what I haven't done in a long time that's also adorable is when you take something like this and you kind of give it a little curve. So when you put it down, it goes from bottom and then like that. I haven't done that in a long time. You know what? Let's do that. It's a cute thing. So I'll just put glue in those little areas that are touching. Sorry, just here and there. And just glue them down. You can also stick a little glop of like a dimensional adhesive right behind here, or even just a little dimensional adhesive to help it stay up. But for now, I'm just going to hold it down. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Thank you, Diamond Press, for sending these items for my review. I'll have images for you. Super cute, really quick card to put together. And yeah, I'll have the links there when they're available, if they're available already. Like I said, when I was filming, they weren't available yet, but that doesn't mean they're not ready now. So have fun, guys. Yeah, check out HSN on May 4th with the craft day. And again, leading up to that day, they usually start releasing some of those awesome products. So I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye now.